Hey guys, this is Marie and I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be Betta Fish Scooby new tank tour. So let's get started. So in this video, I will be showing you and talking to you a little bit about my Betta Fish Scooby and also giving you guys a full tank tour. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, as you guys can see the title of this video is going to be all about my Betta Fish Scooby and also a full tank tour. So here we go. Now, as you guys can see here, this is my 10-gallon Betta Fish tank, and the Betta Fish that is living in here is my beautiful Scooby, and he is a half-moon king male Betta Fish, and he is from Petco. I've had him for over a year and a half now, and he is doing absolutely wonderful. He is the most sweetest little fish ever, and he is doing just wonderful. He is eating very well. I feed him one time a day, and usually that is at night, and he usually gets about 3 to 4 pellets, and he just fine with that. And he is just loving his tank. As you guys can see here, this is probably another whole new setup that you guys have not seen yet. The last videos I have made of his tank was actually a tall 10-gallon tank, and I decided to get rid of that. I had it for maybe 2 months top, I think, and it started getting kind of a pain in the butt. I was having problems with it. I had to change the filter at least once a week in it because the filter would completely turn green from all of the green algae, I guess, in the tank. And after cleaning the filter, I would have to clean it again after the next week. And then the tank started getting a whole bunch of green stuff in the tank, and then on the plants, and then on the cave. I mean, it was completely everywhere. So I kind of gave up with the tank and decided to just get rid of it and give him a just normal 10-gallon tank. So this tank is actually from Walmart, and it is a kit, and it came with the glass tank, the lid, the 2 LED lights, and the filter, and then everything else I purchased separately, and then I also had from his tank. So as you guys can see, in the back corner, there's a heater, and that's actually the heater from his first tank. So it works perfectly fine inside of this tank. I haven't really had any issues because it was kind of for a 10-gallon tank, so I end up just keeping it, and it works just fine inside of this tank. And then, as you guys can see, his cave in the back corner is the same cave that was actually in his tank that I just moved into this one. And then I just got him some new live plants, as you guys can see in here. So that is pretty much some of the new stuff and some of the old stuff from his old tank. And then also the rocks were pretty much the same rocks from his old tank. I just cleaned them completely well, and then just put them inside of his new tank. So this tank was about $29.99, and so with tax I think it was probably like $35. And it's a really good tank. I've had these in the past before, and I really don't have any issues or problems with them. So I'm probably going to just stick with the Walmart tanks because I've seen like I have better luck with these than I do with the other tanks. So if you guys are wondering why I don't have the tall tank anymore, and that's the reason why. So, but here is his tank. Let's do a little close-up of Scooby so you guys can see him. So there he is, doing absolutely wonderful. And if you guys are new here, this is my Half Moon King male, and he's like a grayish blue body, and then he has the little red tail and fins, and he is just absolutely gorgeous and just the sweetest little fish ever. So let's go ahead and show you what's inside of the tank and what I have been doing with this tank. So this tank is actually on this nice little stand. So here's what it looks like. So this is a stand for like a 10-gallon or a 20-gallon. So he is actually on this one. So here's what his tank looks like. So the substrate I decided to use for his tank is the normal natural gravel rocks. And so here's what they look like. I have used these in all of my tanks and have so much luck with them. They're just the greatest rocks ever. And you can purchase them at Walmart, PetSmart, or Petco. I think the cheapest place is pretty much at Walmart. So I usually get about 2 to maybe 3 bags. It depends on how full I want to fill my tanks up. So that is his substrate. And then moving on to the left corner is his beautiful cave. Now, this is the cave that was actually in his 10-gallon tank before, and I had this kind of in the middle of his tank because of course it was a 10-gallon tall tank. So this one I had to figure out where I was going to put it. I really wanted to have it in the middle and then have his filter on the side and stuff like that. But it was kind of, since the cave is kind of a weird shape and it didn't look right in the middle. So I decided to actually put it in the corner. And I was like, okay, I'll put it in the corner and then put some plants around it. And I think it would make it look a lot more better. So that's what I actually did, and it turned out so much nicer than I thought it was going to. So here is his cave. Now his cave did have those little fake plants in there, and eventually they pretty much fell out, and the rest of them I just kind of pulled out. So you'll probably see like little holes inside the cave, and that is just from the plants. And those were fake plants, and I just decided to pretty much get rid of the ones that were in there. Plus, like I said, most of them were kind of falling out every time I would kind of clean it and scrub it. So I pretty much just gave up with those and just pretty much took them out. And the cave looks so much better with just the cave and not having those plants inside of it. So that is what his cave looks like. He has plenty of room to go under the cave, and then he has like the little hole right there. He has pretty much a lot of room to like hide and stuff like that and go in the back corner. This cave actually came from PetSmart. I don't believe I can remember how much it was, but it was a good reasonable price, so it's not too bad. And so this is, I would say this cave is probably like a medium size maybe. It's a really good size fit for this tank, I believe. So that is his cave. And then we have his filter right here, and this is a nice Tetra filter, I want to say it's called. I've had these filters in the past and they do very well. The cartridge that goes inside of the filters are actually the ones at Walmart that are little refill ones. So I usually just buy a whole bunch of those because my other 2 tanks use them too. And I pretty much just really stuck up with them every time I go to Walmart because I use them a lot with the tanks. So it's nice to have at least 3 tanks out of the 4th one have the same filter, so I could just pretty much stock up with a whole bunch of them. And they're really cheap. They're only like $2 and some change for one. Usually they come in like a 5-pack or 6-pack, but you still have to buy them separately. So I usually just buy like the whole box, and then, you know, they're each $2 and something. But so that is his filter. And then moving on to the back right corner is his heater. This heater is one of his heaters from the old tank. Now, like I said, I never really had any problems or issue with this heater in his other tank. So it works just fine, and I decided to just keep it and use it for this tank. And it's a really tall heater, so it goes pretty much all the way down to here, and then it goes all the way up, and then this part right here sticks out where you can turn the little knob and you can adjust the temperature that you want. So that's what it looks like. So I have it right here in the corner, and then so I'm able to move it back and forth if I need to. And then here is the filter. So this is what it looks like, and it has a nice little hole across from the lid, so you can put your filter and your heater on this side, and it works very well. And then the lid has like a little hole. It's a good size hole. I like this size. I don't use the hole. I should, but I usually just lift up the lid and then give him the pellets that way. But it's nice. If you need the hole, you can just put the pellets or the food inside of it. And then you have another hole right here that is from the LED lights. That's what that is. So, but it's really nice and it works very well, and I like this setup. And then moving on to my plants. Like I said, I stick with the live plants for him, and I pretty much just got all new plants because the other plants were just kind of disgusting looking. They were green from the green algae, I guess, from it. So I decided just to get all new plants for him. So I got a nice tall one for here, and then I went to like maybe a medium size. And then we have this one in the middle, and then we have this one in the front, and then this one in the back. All of these plants are pretty much the same brand of plants, and I can't remember all the names, but I know most of them are the firm something. And then there's another one this one is I can't remember the name of them, but these two type of plants are basically the ones I use in all of my tanks because they seem to grow very well in tanks, and they can get really tall and fill out really nice inside of your tank. So if you're looking for a good plant, especially a live plant, definitely get those type. If I can remember, next time I go to one of the stores, I'll kind of take like a screenshot picture of them so I can show you in one of my next videos. So, so here's what the plants look like. I absolutely love these. They're just the best. And this one has grown since it's been in here, especially this one has grown. As you can see, it's getting a lot taller. This one is really tall. It's grown pretty much above the water. And then the one in the back is huge. It's pretty much growing all the way out, and then it's really tall on the top. So it's really growing out, so it's pretty nice. Like I said, these plants grow really fast if they stay inside of these tanks, and they can grow very well. This one has grown like little extra leaves and stuff like that, so this one has grown too. So I really absolutely love these type of plants. They work out really well, and they can grow very tall and wild and crazy. So I absolutely love them. They're just the best plants ever. So as you guys can see, that is his setup. And then the LED lights, it's probably gonna blind a little bit, but I'll just kind of lift it up. So you got LED light on the left side, and then the LED lights on the right. So that's what that looks like. Put this back on, there we go. So that is his tank. He is just absolutely loving his tank. He's always swimming around his tank and going through his plants and his cave, and he is just loving this tank, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I think it looked so much nicer actually than the other 10-gallon tall. It was kind of nice because it was tall and he could swim up high, but when I go back and kind of think about that tank, it was not really worth it at that time. I mean, it was worth it at that time when I bought it, and it was fine, but then after I had it for a couple months, I was not liking the tank, and so I ended up just getting rid of it, and I will definitely not buy that tank again. So if you guys watch that video of that 10-gallon tall tank, just be aware and warn you guys that maybe you guys might not have the same problems as me, but it was kind of a money pit to me, and it was getting kind of annoying when I had to change the filter every week, and all the green stuff that's been growing on everything was just kind of getting out of hand, and it was getting kind of annoying. I don't know if it was something I was doing wrong with the tank, or I don't really know, but if you guys can tell me what that green algae was coming from, let me know in the comments. Maybe it was me and it wasn't the tank. I really don't know, but I never had that much algae built in a tank that much, and especially in a filter. It was horrible. So I just pretty much, like I said, gave up with it and just got him the regular 10-gallon tank from Walmart, and I really don't have any issues with this. I do water changes on it, and it's just absolutely fine. And he is just hanging up right there. But that is pretty much it for his tank tour. Thank you so much for you guys to watch this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Bye!